Devin Nunes, the CEO of Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media company, went on Fox Business this week to kind of set the record straight with host Maria Bartiromo, but then he also had a bit of a meltdown. Because apparently Devin Nunes is sad and angry that he took a job that, as he says, I'll show you the clip in a minute, but he says, I didn't even need this job, but I did it anyway, because we're Republicans and we're supposed to. And then whines about basically Truth Social running out of money because, you know, that mean old Biden administration is tying up their funding, which isn't a thing that's happening. But either way, I don't want to give too much away. Here is Devin Nunes having his full-blown meltdown because he made a very poor career choice. Take a look.
Now, look, there's a pending case in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals against these social media giants. But in the meantime, remember, President Trump didn't need a new company. I didn't need a new job. We were told, hey, you got to go out, and you guys are Republicans, you're conservatives. Why don't you guys just go out and create your own company? What does it matter? These are private companies. If Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, if they don't want Donald Trump or any other American, screw you. We can just kick you off, and you guys can go create your own company. Well, that's what President Trump did. And I'll tell you the scandal here that's not being talked about, that they refuse to talk about, is that, you know, we are a private company. We've merged with a SPAC. We're trying to merge, which is a finance company, a financing mechanism.
Right.
Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission, their job is to protect shareholders. Their job is to help in capital formation. Now, here we are, a startup. And just because it's President Trump's involved, here we are sitting here with no capital from the public markets because the SEC, run by Biden, will not do it.
It's not fair that the SEC is investigating us for possible criminal activity. And because of that, we can't get the funding. We can't seal the deal with Digital World Acquisition. Yeah, I mean, instead of being mad that it's being investigated, maybe don't break the law. And I know, obviously, we have to wait for the results of the investigation. I'm not saying they broke the law. Right now, they're innocent until proven guilty 100%. Don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is that avoid the appearance of criminality, right? Can you not even do that? Because that seems to be the biggest problem. Like, whether you did or didn't, okay, we'll find that out at the end of the investigation, but y'all can't even make it look like you're doing things by the book. So, yeah, I'd say that's a problem of appearances for Truth Social itself. And of course, what the SEC is investigating them for is potential illegal collusion prior to the announcement of the merger and the raising of the funds. And it's all very technical and complicated, but basically the way these SPAC companies, Special Acquisition Company, works is that they get a bunch of people, they put all their money into the pot and form a company with that money. And then that company with that money, after all the money is in and the deal is like, you know, secured there, then they say, okay, our acquisition target is blank. You cannot talk with the acquisition target beforehand. You cannot let investors know that you have a target in mind beforehand. All, again, weird finance business stuff that, you know, difficult to really fully comprehend. But there is accusations that people at Digital World, before they got the money in, were talking with Trump and other people at Truth Social about potentially acquiring them. Investors may have been tipped off, which is illegal. So that's what they're being investigated for. We'll see what happens when the investigation comes to a halt. And obviously, until the investigation finishes, they cannot finalize the deal. Now, Digital World's deal, you know, their whole formation, the SPAC, was actually up in September of last year. But they voted to give themselves another 12 months to, you know, see if we can work this out before we have to liquidate and shut down and not do the merger. Now, the problem they have, and this is, of course, what Maria Bartiromo also brought up that Devin Nunes decided to call fake news, was Trump wants to go back on Twitter, and those close to him are saying he's going to get rid of his exclusivity deal with Truth Social so that he can actually move to Twitter where there's actually people on it. Versus Truth Social, that's still kind of a ghost town for the most part. especially compared to Twitter. So Devin Nunes was like, nope, totally not true. It's just blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I didn't need this job. Trump didn't need this business. Yeah, you did. You wouldn't have done it if you didn't think you needed it. You thought you were going to get something out of it. Maybe it was clout. Maybe it was just, being an insider with Donald Trump, rubbing elbows with the rich and famous, right? You took it for a reason. And that reason is you needed something. It may not have been money, but you needed something. And you're not being fully honest with us. But either way, whine and cry and piss and moan all you want. It's not going to change the fact that the company is under investigation. It's not going to be able to get any money until then. Oh, and by the way, if you're worried about running out of money, why don't you make a phone call to Donald Trump? Doesn't he claim to have $10 billion? I mean, I would think, Devin, if you're having money problems over at Truth Social, one phone call could fix that. Unless, of course, he's not worth as much as he says. I don't know either. We'll just have to wait and see, right, Devin? But until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the investigation because there is nothing you can do about it. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.